SEMA 2009. The cars, the parts, the experience. Nobody brings it to you like Power TV.
Accel is celebrating 40 years in the business with their brand new silver tip spark plugs. I'm here with John Harinson of Accel. And John, tell me about these brand new products.
Well, what we did this year, Melissa, is we took a look at developing a new spark plug specifically for racing and high performance engines on the street. Some of the key things we took a look at is what the racer is demanding out of a spark plug. Of course, he's not looking for a 100,000 mile spark plug. He's looking to try to get as much energy to the plug as possible. So what we designed was a silver racing plug. It's got an actual silver center electrode in it, and maybe you don't know it, but silver is the most conductive material, best as far as heat and electricity conductivity. So that's what we designed it for. We first looked at iridium, but we determined that iridium doesn't work really well with the high-powered ignition systems that we make. The plugs overheat and the electrodes tend to erode, which is not what the racer's looking for. So we designed this specifically for a lot of the late model street applications as well as hardcore racing. Some of our most successful designs up here are the two for the 3-valve Mustangs. They're very unique design plugs, and they also were engineered to eliminate a lot of the problems that they had from the factory with those spark plugs. Owners were having problems with the spark plugs coming apart in the cylinder heads at the dealerships. Ours is a single one-piece design, so it gets rid of that problem. It also has an adjustable tip, which allows the customer to adjust the gap. The plugs from the factory are non-adjustable. So we took a look at a lot of the things that the racers were coming to us with concerns and complaints and designed a product specifically for them. We've been real successful, especially in NMRA and street racing organizations with the Ford guys, as well as with the LS engines and Hemi engines. So we have a lot of late model applications, as well as some applications for our traditional shorty plugs, where there's concern with space because of headers and burn boots.
A lot of people think that gold is actually one of the best conductors. Why did you decide to go with silver?
Well, gold works really well in a contact like in a stereo system, where you're looking for long-term durability. The fact that it doesn't oxidize, they pulled gold coins out of the ocean, 400 years old, and they look perfect. But in reality, silver has the lowest resistivity and the best thermal characteristics, and that's really important inside an engine. You're dealing with a real high pressure, a lot of high temperature environment, very corrosive environment, and also when you're dealing with an ignition system, you're dealing with a lot of amperage that you're putting to the plug. And actually, when you take a look at the overhead power lines, if there was enough silver in the world, they'd all be made out of silver. It's the very best metal for conducting electricity. That's why we did it with that.
You mentioned that they're easier to gap. What makes them easier?
Well, on the Ford application, the problem is on the 3-valve Fords, the ground strap actually looks like a horseshoe, if you will. It's like a U shape like this, and you can't easily adjust that gap. Where ours is a conventional single strap that is from one side and allows you to gap it in any range necessary that you would need for your car, based on what cylinder pressures you're making, what fuel you're burning in the vehicle.
Are there any other silver tip spark plugs on the market?
No, there are not. It's a very expensive material. It's been tried before, but right now we're the only one out there, especially in the performance aftermarket, with the very cold heat ranges and the configurations needed for all the late model muscle cars.
Well, that's a very exciting new product. I'm sure a lot of people will be really interested in checking it out. Make sure you go to accel-ignition.com.